Hi souls, I'm Moon. Welcome to episode 1 of Soundroutes Souls, stencils on hip-hop stances, sounds of re-existence. This podcast is part of the Creative Europe project Soundroutes, which aims to use the power of hip-hop to address issues of social inequalities. While I'm thinking about what to say, I am in Rome, listening to music and thinking about Soundroutes' experience. I'm walking close to the Exesnia Lake, an important space for the underground movement here. A place that has a core center of people, a community that works every day to keep it alive. And also, a space that suggests preserving nature and critical thinking, preserving the community and humanity. It is a transparent body of water that reflects the color of the surrounding landscape. A diverse landscape with plants, flowers, trees, shrubs, teeming with biodiversity, triggered by the presence of water. This voice is the voice of Sabrina Baldazzi of Forum Territoriale Permanente del Parco, delle Energie, that group of people that is taking care of the park, and the lake inside. Lake Bulicante. Lake Bulicante is the most precious natural feature within an area that a century ago housed an artificial silk factory, Snia Viscosa, and is the unwanted byproduct of an illegal development over 30 years ago, in 1992, aimed at building a shopping center. Despite being Rome's only natural lake, fed by an aquifer from the Alban Hills, Colli Albani, it has not yet been recognized by the administration as a public water source, and is therefore neither protected nor safeguarded. The future of Lake Bulicante, formerly the Snia factory, and the precious ecosystem that has developed around it are at risk, due to the possibility that the factory ruins bordering its shores will be transformed into new buildings. A logistics hub or student housing are both potential outcomes of the building permit that the owner of the remaining portion of the former still private industrial site obtained 3 years ago from the city of Rome. This entire area risks being sacrificed by construction and land consumption. So, the Park of Energies, il Parco delle Energie, is a gem that has to resist every day to maintain its space alive.
To maintain its breath.
There is a song that sings the story of this place. Il lago che combatte, the lake that fights. A song from the Assalti Frontali crew with il Muro del Canto.
Palazzinaro amaro, sei un palazzinaro baro. Per tutto il male fatto a Roma adesso paghi caro. Al funerale del tuo centro commerciale è bellissimo vedere il nostro lago naturale. Scava, 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 nella notte brava hai trovato l'acqua bulicante, 10.000 piante. L'acqua con le bollicine che non ha mai fine, scorre sotto le colline come queste rime. Scava, scava, scava e non se l'aspettava. Un lago naturale d'acqua minerale, un miracolo nella metropoli meravigliosa. Lì c'era una fabbrica.
The chorus goes like this. Between the concrete monsters, this water now reflects the sky. It's nature fighting. This neighborhood is less dark. Amidst the concrete monsters, the lake is a dream come true. It's nature resisting. Tonight, Rome is less dark.
In mezzo ai mostri di cemento, stacco amore riflette il cielo. È la natura che combatte, questo quartiere è meno nero. In mezzo ai mostri di cemento, il lago è un sogno che s'avvera. È la natura che resiste, stanotte Roma è meno nera.
Bella torpigna tara.
What does it mean to be underground? And how something that started as underground like hip-hop became above ground, overshared? Seems like it was something that humanity needed for so long. It's like humanity was searching for a tool to overcome underrated people, underrated processes, untold stories. I also think now, I am here, in an economically rich part of the world, Europe. I have my Italian citizenship, I come from a middle-class family, so I can buy hip-hop clothes, I can do hip-hop exchanges, I can participate in hip-hop dance classes, I can go to clubs or underground spaces for hip-hop music. Seems like I am in that human tribe group that can, in a certain way, keep on with eyes closed. Because I don't need, literally, to fight for my life. If I don't see it, it means it doesn't exist. So, I can close my eyes. If I cannot see it, and I cannot see the jungle behind the concrete, it means that it has always been like this. So it's like I don't need to go there, to dig houses. I don't need to do that kind of process, pratiprasava, that in Sanskrit is the complete coming back to the origin by the causal plane of existence, where we can see causes and effects. I see concrete. I don't see the nature that has been covered, and the oxygen, that invisible breath that I cannot breathe anymore. In 2025, on this planet, the distribution of possibilities is different between humans. This inequality creates difficulties to survive, not for some, but for many of us. And it depends on various elements: age, gender, origins, identity, the country you're born in, physical abilities, economic situation, mind state, mental health, and so on. All of these elements influence our path, creating a scale of privileges and opportunities we all are born with. To understand a little bit more about the relationship between hip-hop and privilege, let's ask some questions, starting with Masta Quba. Born Mexican rapper, activist, hip-hop educator, and a sister to me.
Colonialismo blanqueando mentes, no es progreso si trae muerte. ¿De qué te sirve el diploma ahora? Extractivismo, la tierra llora. ¿Qué haremos cuando no haya nada? Cuando toda la flora arda en llamas, cuando Abya haya sido saqueada, cuando los ríos ya no fluya el agua. Para esta era industrial, descolonización mental.
Masta. Some of us don't recognize privilege because we are used to having it all. Living with hip-hop principles can be a way to show a different distribution of possibilities. Can hip-hop be a way to work on the privilege division? And where can it work?
Absolutely, Monique. Hip-hop has always been a tool to express realities that are often invisible in mainstream spaces, you know? So for those of us who live with less privilege, it's a way to claim space. Right? It's a way to claim voice and power that society tries to deny us, like, all the time. And at the same time, hip-hop exposes those who are used to privilege, to perspectives they might never encounter otherwise. So living by hip-hop principles like self-expression, community, accountability, respect, and storytelling creates spaces where hierarchies and inequities are questioned. It doesn't erase privilege, but it shows a different distribution of possibilities. You know, so spaces where creativity, solidarity, and knowledge are the currencies rather than money, rather than status or connections. So hip-hop works on the division of privilege when it's intentional, and when it teaches people to recognize their position, to listen and to amplify voices that are often silenced, you know. So it can happen in classrooms, it can happen in community workshops, it can happen on the streets, and even online. So anywhere culture and expression meet, it's about building. It's about building access. It's about awareness. It's about shared power. One beat, one rhyme, and one story at a time. Thank you for inviting me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode.
Yes, you're gonna burn. 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 Yes, you're gonna burn.
During Soundroutes experience, I also met Polako, MC, producer, music video director, and owner of the Spanish Polakoteca, recording studio and audiovisual company. Polako. As a European-born person too, a part of me sees privilege in you. Having a place, a space in which you can live and give other people the chance to make music is not something that we can take for granted. I mean, it should be like this, but it's not. Have you encountered difficulties while creating your place? How did hip-hop influence your possibilities? How can hip-hop support and give space to people that are not as lucky as we are? Because sometimes I feel guilty not recognizing what I have.
Hello Monique, how are you? This is Polako speaking. Look, I want to tell you about the Soundroutes project. For me, it has given me a very beautiful perspective. Thanks to the meetings, the camps, and all the work we have been doing, it has allowed us to see the possibility of how each person, depending on the place where they are born, has certain opportunities, advantages, and also difficulties. This applies to their professional development, as well as to all opportunities in general, especially in a sector like music. I mean, in the end, music is a universal language, and it is very noticeable that we all have that innate talent and that restlessness, but people have more possibilities depending on whether they are in one place or another. So, thanks to the project, I've had the chance to see this much more clearly. I'm also part of a hip-hop group, which is a group of immigrants, and we work with immigrant centers, with young people who come to this country from Africa and other continents. This has made me see the possibility that music ultimately helps integration. And always, as much as possible with my own project, Polakoteca, I try to help people who come from abroad by giving them facilities, more affordable prices, even providing contacts so that they can meet people and, everything that involves integrating people into the country. Let me tell you about the Polakoteca project. It has been a very tough project because we have been working on it for a long time. I have been working on it alone for about 7 or 8 years, and together with my mother and some other colleagues for another 4 or 5 years. So it's been many years of work, and I know it has not been easy. It has been a very demanding, self-sacrificing task. But these days the project has gained a lot of visibility, and people come from all the cities in Spain and many other places. What is especially important to me, what I wanted to do was to make the music industry in my city grow. And the only way I found to do so was to create an infrastructure which helped new artists by giving them facilities and opportunities, and to make sure that this could be part of the machinery that is the music industry in Spain right now. And this is exactly what is happening today. We are working both with famous artists who need a space and audiovisual production studios, as well as with young people who are just starting out. So the new generation is coming together with the older one, and this is creating a musical infrastructure in Sevilla.
Those who have privilege support those who have less opportunities. And those who have less opportunities can find a space of expression, not only to overcome difficulties, but to show that having difficulties itself doesn't mean to be less capable than others. Same level, same humanity. Hip-hop seems like the place to be. Hip-hop seems like the place to breathe. So, hip-hop can be a way of being that speaks about understanding each other, community, and sharing. Seems like an artistic medicine to ignorance, individualism, and privilege. A sense of guilt and needing peace are asking to my whole self. Is it the ignorance of privilege or the privilege of ignorance? Is it the understanding of lacking or the lacking of understanding? How do I balance my needs? Is it the understanding of lacking or the lacking of understanding? Where is the line between what I perceive as mine and what I perceive as someone else's? How can I transform the lack of something into something full of meaning? Where is the Madhyasta? The ground in the middle. Maybe hip-hop can be a useful human common ground. Seems like it's a place that is ready to be there with you, to support you. And when you have that, you're not alone anymore. And when you're not alone anymore, you don't need to be afraid. The first episode is finished. Thank you for your sharing and see you in episode 2 with my sister, Masta Quba. We will speak about hip-hop and detention with very special guests. A huge hug. Bye, souls. Thanks to the Creative Europe program that co-founded the Soundroutes project and to all project partners. A Sud staff for giving us the opportunity to have this podcast space, and Kento that planted the seed that grew into this podcast. Thanks to our guests, Sabrina Baldazzi, Masta Quba, and Polako. For the music, thanks to Polako, Assalti Frontali, Il Muro del Canto, and Masta Quba. Thanks also to Forum Territoriale Permanente del Parco delle Energie and CSOA ex SNIA, Turia Yoga Academy and Simone Carbonardi for the yoga inspirations, Lisa Vardaro, Susanna Steinfeld and Geo for the language support and voiceover, Lingotti for the mix and mastering support. Last but not least, thanks hip hop for its existence. A Soundroutes joint.